and let's start. All
right.
Cool.
Now you don't have to edit out your full legal name.
Or my social
address.
security.
Yeah. Or how much you wrote off in taxes this year and didn't pay to the IRS.
Oh, very much so.
Or about where I can find those bodies.
What bodies? You didn't hear shit.
Didn't I?
I don't know. Did you?
Okay, just take it easy, man. I don't know anything.
Hey, goddamn right you don't. Ah, geez, it's been a minute since we've done a podcast, though. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it has. But what a wild ride it's been,
dude. So much to fucking cover. We got to talk. We got to talk about the campaign, the Fallout campaign, and going ons with D&D recently.
Yup. A lot to take in, so let's just get to it. Welcome to this episode of the Master BATR Cast. Pull out your
just pull
dungeons
out
and dicks and pull out your dungeons and dicks and get ready to masturbate all over this cast. I have my broken arm right here. Go ahead. I want an infection. Go ahead.
Master BATR Cast. Bass on the left and Slacker on the right. Two idiots who masturbate all night, talking about nothing at all, just throwing shit at the wall. This tavern's got no atmosphere. Ever since we stepped in here, pull up a chair and pick up a drink, 'cause we got topics that'll make you not think. Master BATR Cast.
I don't even know where to start on that one. No, fucking let's get into the going-ons in the D&D world. I mean, you and I have been pretty active lately on X, formerly known as Twitter. I think I reposted a picture of I think it was the Wizards of the Coast, who put out that picture of D&D and everybody in there was just being gay.
Yeah.
Like, and oh my God, the fucking heat that picture got. Holy shit. Yeah.
I almost want to say it's unwarranted, but like they know mostly what their audience is. I mean, like I feel kind of weird saying this, but like for the past 15 years, pretty much, it's been a very progressive space in terms of like just tabletop role playing in general, but mainly D&D.
Yeah, go tell that to the Warhammer 40K folks.
Yeah, true.
Say, hey, you guys have been so progressive. I don't even know if you'll leave fucking not covered in spit or shit and have a distinct odor to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the Warhammer 40K community, but y'all need to start taking some showers, man. It is fucking rough.
Yeah.
Like, the lore in that world, love it. Love the lore. But I don't love the smell that comes with that fucking lore. Some of y'all need to start, taking showers, because you're starting to smell like the fucking Nurgle.
Mm-hmm. Screaming Deus Volt every time you roll your dice for your hundreds of Space Marines does not wash the stink off of you.
But I will say this: the D&D community, the I would say the more louder parts of the community sure are fucking stupid. Because I mean, I don't know if you saw, but somebody decided to call the original creators of D&D tourists and told them to quote unquote pick up a book, a D&D book, Now, granted, that person caught a lot of flack, so much so that I'm underage and still in high school and was making a joke. Google the term satire, which it's just like, buddy, you weren't being satirical at all. You thought you had a gotcha moment, and it ended up being your ass that was gotcha'd. Like, that's fucking funny. I ended up following I didn't even know they were on fucking on Twitter or X. It was what's his name? And somebody's gonna
not
be
Gary
like,
Gygax.
No, not Gary Gygax. It's I'll have to actually look because I'm spacing on his name. So I'm following Robert J. Kuntz, or it's probably Kuntz, but Kuntz, and Sandy Peterson, because I didn't know that they post some good shit from time to time, but I didn't even know they were on there. I was like, fuck, but yeah, some of you people that are in the D&D community really need to, stop focusing on sexuality, because that shit's kind of fucking annoying. Like, I mean,
in your own personal games, obviously that's what D&D is for. Do whatever you want in your own personal games, but to act like something like that is objective and just go and posting that all over Twitter, it's kind of out of touch with the whole idea that D&D is whatever the players want to make it.
Exactly. And on the flip side of that, if somebody wants to make their D&D campaign nothing but a sexual fantasy where they can be whatever the fuck, do whatever the fuck with whomever the fuck, who the fuck are you? That's their game. Granted, Wizards of the Coast are now, catering to that group of people, but ultimately, don't pretend like it's anything more than just a quick cash grab, because Wizards of the Coast do not give a shit about you. They just like the color of your money, because guess what? Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or whatever, your money's still green, and that's all they care about. You just happen to be the loudest person in the fucking room.
That's when, with every big company in the world, they're only putting those rainbow colors on their Twitter bios for 30 days.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't blame them. It's a smart business strategy, Get it while the getting's good.
Pretty much. I mean, it's like, I think it's in June, if I'm correct, Pride Month.
Yeah.
And let's change our Twitter bios and our Facebook bios to reflect, hey, we support gays for this month. It's like, okay. And people, oh my God, they support me. Yeah, because they know you're going to buy. Like, they do not give a shit about you at all. They don't care about, oh, hey, these people deserve the same rights as other people, because we have laws that forbid these people from having the same rights somewhere, somehow, for 30 days.
Yeah.
So, it's, you want to play that type of D&D, that's fine. I see no issue with it. The people that do see an issue with it, grow the fuck up. The people that see an issue with the flip side of it, grow the fuck up. Because ultimately, you don't get to control what people do at their tables. You can control whether you're a part of it or not, but you don't get to control what people do at their tables.
Yep. And ultimately, if you can't handle going online and seeing something that you don't like, then get off the internet.
Pretty much.
I mean, but we have firsthand experience with basically trying to infer that people do that with, a viewer who
Postel?
People probably know him at this point. Yep. I was going to say a viewer named Postel who shall remain nameless.
Postel?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I mean, thanks for the engagement, buddy.
Pretty much. But at the end of the day, nobody really gives a shit about what's going on at your table aside from your table. And if somebody does give a shit about what's going on at your table, it's not pure of intent. It's just to push a narrative. I mean, me personally, I'll be honest. I hate politics. I hate getting involved with a conversation of politics because it always devolves into I'm right, you're wrong, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. And it shouldn't be like that. It should always be like, oh, hey, who do you support? Oh, I support this person. Hey, I support the opposite. Cool. So, how's
now
the
that
wife?
doesn't exist anymore. Now it's like you're either a neo-Nazi or a communist, apparently.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Can't even have a conversation with some. Now, granted, most people you can have a conversation with most people. It's the fringes that you can't, and they're the most predominant online. You know, because they're the loudest fucking voices. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because the people that are normal, they understand that like it doesn't
they have
matter.
A fucking
like,
job.
I'm not gonna waste my time, posting my opinions all over the internet every single day and like raging at people on Twitter because I have so much more worthwhile shit to do in my life than get angry at, probably like a Pakistani bot.
Pretty much. I mean, even so, it's just like, Wizards of the Coast posting that picture of everybody just fucking each other. It was, well, I mean, look at the picture. The picture was very much like, hey, everybody's going to start fucking one another.
Yeah, gay wedding in the middle of town type thing.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, cool. It didn't look like there was a single straight couple there. Now, is that a problem? No. If that's the direction Wizards of the Coast want to go, that's cool. I don't plan on buying any of their books or material anyway. I mean, I already got what I wanted, and I stopped.
Drove a lot of their customer base out when they started doing the
OGL.
Yeah, the OGL shit.
Yeah. That was when I stopped purchasing their shit. I buy third party now.
I mean, granted, they walked it back, but they're going to do it again in like 5 years max.
100%, because people have short-term memory. Now, the ones that play D&D, they're like, oh my God,
let's not forget when they sent the fucking Pinkertons to someone's house because they opened a pack of cards a month too early. Yeah,
that's when I was dead. Like, I'll play the game because I got the books, because I paid for the books, but I'm not dropping another $1 to Wizards of the Coast because I don't like how they do business. Now, am I going to be one of those guys? I'm just going to burn all my books because fuck them. They already got my money. I mean, all I'm doing is just fucking myself. That's just like those people burning those fucking football jerseys in protest. Oh, how dare he kneel during the national anthem? I'm going to burn all my jerseys. Buddy, I know those jerseys weren't fucking cheap. And they already got your fucking money. Just don't wear this shit.
Just donate to Salvation Army. Someone who doesn't give a shit whose name is on the back of the jersey could really use an extra piece of clothing.
Yeah, there's that too. But
that's what I do every year, dude. I clear out my closet, whatever I haven't worn in the past like 6 months, and I donate it to Salvation Army.
Oh, fucking
it takes maybe
Slacker,
2 hours.
Saint Slacker over here, fucking shaming me because I have a closet full of clothes I don't fit in. My bad. I do plan to lose weight, you son of a bitch. Not my fault that my shirts from when I was 13 don't fit me still. They're nothing more than just a tube top, you son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, pretty privilege, huh?
Yeah, you pretty ass motherfucker. Them beautiful ass
what's funny
eyes.
Is you and me are probably like the same body type.
Probably.
I probably just look like you if you got put in a taffy stretcher.
How tall are you again?
6'4". I'm
6'3", so we're only an inch difference. Now I ask a woman how big a difference an inch is. Oh my God, it's the most amazing thing. Because 7 to 8, big difference.
Yep.
But no, fucking.
I guess you would know, huh?
Got him. What? 7 to 8? Joke. Are you saying I have a big dick? Thank you.
I'm saying you probably have a lot of experience with the big dicks.
I told you that in fucking confidence, you motherfucker.
Hey, well, if you're afraid how people are going to view you, just go ahead and hop on the Gay Pride Parade D&D thing, and you'll be welcomed with open arms, I'm sure.
You're gonna have to roll initiative against a beholder that's gonna turn you gay. That is now going to be the threat in D&D. Is you see a beholder?
Oh my god!
You see a beholder with a very strange look in its eyes,
and Cher starts playing in the background.
Speaking of Cher, her kid, Chaz. That's the name, Chaz, I think.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, so I was watching American Horror Story. Absolutely loved the performance that Chaz put on. Fantastic. It was like I was just watching a fucking Academy Award winning performance. Like I was just like, holy shit, because they were making fun of Trump supporters, I think, but like being coy about it. And I was like, I believe that 100%, because Chaz was playing a quote unquote Trump supporter, and oh my god, I was like, god damn, that is funny. That is a funny caricature.
Dude, I don't understand why everybody got so sensitive. I think it's so funny that like people who are hardcore Trump supporters are like, "Oh, you fucking snowflakes on the left are so easily triggered," and then someone makes one joke that's genuinely funny, whether you agree with it or not, about Trump, and they lose their minds. Have y'all forgotten what comedy has been the last like 40 years?
I tell you, what bugs me is when somebody has a difference of opinion, and they not only do they get attacked, but their loved ones get attacked for fucking zero reason.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we're just yes men and rhinos, so what do we know?
Yeah, no kidding. No, fucking Bill Burr. Bill Burr does stand-up comedy, right? And
yeah, he's sold out to the Saudis now.
Well, I honestly, make your money. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I mean, people call him a salad. His shit's still kind of funny. What I didn't like was people were just starting to randomly attack his wife. You know, verbally, not physically.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I mean, it's like, you're just going to attack a man's wife? Oh, well, look at his opinion. You know,
yeah,
no
that's
wonder.
His opinion.
No wonder he has that opinion. Look at his wife. It's like, wow, you're really fucking stupid. Maybe that's not her opinion at all. You wouldn't know because you're fucking stupid. I'm not racist.
Yeah,
but yet you just judge somebody based off the color of their skin that they hold a certain opinion, which you do not know. Like, that shit's fucking annoying. But the fact that it is invading the tabletop community, that type of mentality from people who don't even play the fucking game. Like, you could tell who plays it and who doesn't, because all of a sudden everybody plays D&D now.
Yeah, kind of like how all of a sudden Elon Musk was like max level in Path of Exile or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's just like, come on. And these people bring that bullshit, both sides, by the way, because it's not just you know, your conservative Republicans that are bringing shit opinions and shit outlooks. It's also your liberal Democrat that's doing it too. And that's the shit I can't stand, because it's just like, it's a popular topic, so let's invade it. It's like, where in D&D is there oil? Please tell me, because you're invading it harder than we invaded the Middle East during after September 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm just a political commentary channel. Oh, okay, cool. I will not listen to your political commentary. Oh, well, when I used to play D&D when I was a kid, shut the fuck up. just shut the fuck up, because it's a popular topic. You want to invade it. You want to act like, oh, well, they're trying to destroy my favorite pastime. Motherfucker, when have you ever said anything about D&D?
Go download
Never.
the 3.5 books online for free and then just play with all your fucking Discord mod basement dwelling friends. It's not a problem.
Exactly.
Tabletop role-playing is kind of one of the few hobbies left where you can play it retroactively and stay stuck in the past if you want to. And frankly, I don't have a problem with that. Because I think some stuff in 3.5 was really good, and I understand why people still play it and why people still play like Pathfinder First Edition as opposed to Second Edition or just D&D in general. But like, if there's alternatives, because you're never going to win anyone over with the idea of people should stop doing this and this and this in this hobby, because everyone's allowed to, like you said, everyone's allowed to have their own opinions. Everyone's allowed to play with what they want. They're not playing in your game, you know?
Exactly. But
so fucking everyone who's acting like, oh, all these fucking neo-Nazis are invading D&D. No, they're not. They're just guys who are more conservative than you, and you don't like that, and that's fine. Let them play their shit. And all these fucking idiots who are like, oh, all these communists are invading D&D. No, they're just people who are more liberal than you, and you don't like that, and they're doing their own shit. It's just leave them alone.
Well, and that's my thing is it's just like, hey, you know, you're doing exactly the very same thing you're accusing the other side of.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different thing if you're just poking fun at it or whatever.
You're invading and injecting your political beliefs into a tabletop game and telling people who enjoy it, hey, this is the right way to enjoy it. But I will say one fucking thing good that has come out of this whole bullshit. Mm-hmm. And there has been one beautiful thing to come out of it, was the artwork. The amount of old school fantasy artwork that I've seen on my timeline, I tell you, I have just been enjoying it. I mean, these are original works, hand drawn, just beautiful. And it's just like, son of a bitch. That is awesome. They're like, this is my kind of D&D. And it's like, yes, perfect. 100%. That is your kind of D&D, and I am here for it. I saw one person post now I have seen other artwork too, where they're posting, you know, their very highly sexualized goblin girls. And it's just like, it's not my type of artwork, you know? But the artwork that is
my type of artwork about, you know, maybe 4% of the time.
Not this one that I saw. This one that I saw was very fucking questionable. But,
oh boy.
Yeah. But it's still, it's not my type of thing. However, I'm not going to shit on that person and tell them, oh, this artwork doesn't fit D&D because you're just some pussy ass liberal, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's how they play it. That's how they play it. That's up to them. I don't give a shit. I don't support it because it's just not my type of thing. But I love that people are getting so into it that you're seeing the people that actually play the fucking game actually posting shit. And you're seeing that it's a fair mix of people that play it like an old school, play it as an old school RPG, dark fantasy kind of deal. And the people that have posted it's more new age, the new shit that, the shit that Wizards of the Coast is more is more catering to. You're seeing a fairly good mix of it. It's like 50-50 almost. The ones that were on the outside screaming at the people on the inside, that shit I cannot fucking stand. But the artwork, God, got my dick hard.
There's a saying that I like to use in terms of just tabletop RPGs in general, and it's very simple. It's just play on. Basically, if you're the type of person where your entire subjective reality, rather, of like what should and shouldn't be, like if your entire opinion feels attacked because someone is playing the game differently, maybe you aren't cut out to play a game where the world can be whatever you want, and someone else having a different opinion completely shatters that for you. Maybe you're just not a creative enough person to enjoy D&D in the one of many ways that it should be enjoyed. But I'll tell you the wrong way to enjoy it is to tell other people what they can and can't do. So no matter what side of the aisle you're on, whatever reason, if you're telling someone they can't enjoy D&D a certain way when they're doing their own thing, fuck off with that. You know, it's not, this community isn't the place for that.
No, and, you know, exactly. I don't even need to give my opinion on that because I completely agree. You know, the way you play D&D is the way you play D&D. Don't tell others how to play D&D.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the way we play, should we talk about the Fallout campaign?
Yeah, we could definitely get into that.
Yeah, so if you guys have listening have caught up on the Fallout campaign, boy, what a ride.
No fucking kidding. Holy shit.
Now, I will say, anyone who's worried that this type of shit is going to happen in the main campaign, don't, because, and I'll say that for multiple reasons. I'm not going to speak, you know, unequivocally for everyone, but like, I think one of the main reasons we played it that way is, one, it was originally something we were doing to bide our time until everyone was ready for the main campaign to continue. And
pretty much.
Fallout, for my opinion, is way more brutal and unforgiving, and like, what's the word? Like, it has way less morals than the world of D&D, broadly speaking. It's way more common in the world of Fallout to see people just murdering each other for very little or no reason. So it's kind of easy to play into that, especially when you're playing, you know, characters with very checkered pasts and dubious morals. So, you know, I don't think you have to worry about anyone like throwing knives at children's faces in the main campaign, or like any of our characters. I don't really think we got to worry about that being a continual theme.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I still haven't completely figured out Aurelius and Chico, but
no, the thing is with those, so we had our session 0, and our session 0 was more of just me kind of laying out everything to the group as, what do I expect? What can you guys expect? With the Fallout campaign, it was everybody's first campaign that we got to fully finish. When I say fully finish, I mean from start till TPK. We didn't get to finish the story, unfortunately, but it's, like you were saying, it's a brutal world, but we have players, you know, Aurelius and Chico, that wanted to kind of see just how far they can go. You know, Aurelius is one of those that likes to kind of push the boundary. You know, you tell him, hey, here's the line. He's a habitual line stepper.
Mm-hmm. And I think in our group, that's mostly conditionally, in certain conditions, it's okay, especially because you kind of know how to wrangle him.
True. But I'll give you guys the rope to hang yourselves with too. Yeah. Just like in the Fallout campaign, we immediately ran off the rails. The second he set off that bomb in Diamond City, we were off the rails. I tried to wrangle us back, but the problem is you guys were making choices, and I can't railroad you, because a railroad is just me writing a story, you know, writing a book, which that's not fair. But I did give you guys plenty of rope, and you guys very quickly allowed yourselves to tie that noose. And then when it was like, hey, here's a pure community. Now in the book, the community is struggling. You know, they're not thriving. They need the help, but you couldn't get them the help because you guys cut so many ties with, you know, these other settlements because of the actions that you guys chose. So I decided, hey, let me make them just a pure community. They're doing good. They're friendly. They're happy. The bullshit that they were dealing with in the book is not gone. And yet somehow, some way, you guys managed to fuck that one up, which, hey, It didn't go the way I wanted it to go, but that's part of the game. So now you guys are dangling from the tree that you just hung yourselves on. And yeah, now come the consequences part. Now, I will say this. When Aurelius slipped away to go speak with the Minutemen, that possibly was the best call. He just kind of said, here I am, bare naked, and just swinging in the breeze. This is what's going on. He had a thought, and his thought was, I am saying that they have children of Adam infiltrating their groups. He goes, what would have happened if I would have ripped one of their shirts open, exposing, hey, they have the same markings? He goes, would they even have the same markings? And I told him, yes, they would. If he would have done that, the whole thing would have flipped on its head, and we would have still been playing. But he chose not to because he thought it wouldn't work. The one fucking time that you guys get diplomatic, or he gets diplomatic.
And it was just too little too late.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was, he just didn't go through with it. He should have just said, I rip his shirt open. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? You've just ripped a man's shirt open and you see his nipples? His bare chest? I mean, you know, or you've exposed him as being an infiltrator. Now, the head of the Minutemen has a choice. He can either pretend like he does not see these markings and go on about being oblivious, or take what you said as the fucking gospel, absolving you of your murders of the Minutemen. Not Big Top, but definitely the Minutemen. And then getting you back on the rails. But that just wasn't the case. It was fun, but I think the session 0 will definitely help in the future with the main campaign, because the main campaign is brutal in a sense. I mean, we have slavery, we have racism, we have, you know, just barbarism, all the fun shit. All the fun shit. But are you, as the adventurer, going to play into that? Are you going to buy slaves so that you can have a harem? You could, but your renown is going to be affected. The way people view you is going to be affected. People may not want to do business with you. You may get
not even accounting for other people within the actual group.
Exactly. You're associated with this person, so therefore you are guilty by association. Whoa, well, I accidentally killed a child. Oops. Oh, maybe nobody noticed. Maybe somebody did notice. Maybe those whispers may not be so intense just yet, but they will eventually. Maybe those whispers reach the right ears, you know. It's one of those things where I have more freedom because I'm not confined by a book.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say also, you did the absolute best you could going off the rails, and I'm glad you did, because from everything that you were telling us, the way that Fallout module was written made no sense.
It made no sense in the sense of you're basically railroading. That's really what it is. It's one of those, you're not organically going here, there, everywhere else.
Mm.
It's just, I didn't like it, but I'm reading somebody else's shit. Maybe it makes sense to someone else, but it didn't make sense to me for sure.
Mm. I will say, you know, I don't necessarily, you know, even though I wish we all made better choices, I don't really regret the way things turned out. One, because you guys are a really fun group to play with, and you know, it made for an interesting story, even if it wasn't the storybook ending we all probably wanted. But like, I keep catching myself like thinking back on it and just thinking like, what if at like every point in the story, what if Kieran hadn't planted the bomb and dug out in? What if we hadn't shot those Minutemen? What if Kieran hadn't panicked and shot that kid? What if Axel didn't, instinctually cut that guard's head off after Robbie attacked him? What if Robbie wasn't the rat? What if there was no rat? And I find myself like replaying the whole thing in my head and just wondering, like, like using my imagination, like, what would have happened? There's so many different stories that we could have told, but we just kind of kept making rash decisions. And to be fair, I think that the tragedy that followed is a unique and interesting story all on its own. Like, I will say, the way that Kieran went out was, I think, the best player death in the campaign.
Because he went out on his own terms.
Yeah,
I think
it was the real first. Well, no, not the first moment, but it was a rare moment of Kieran actually having real self-reflection. Like, I acted like an animal. I deserve to go out like an animal.
Yeah.
Whereas the beginning of the campaign, he never would have thought like that. Even though we're not making the quote unquote right decisions, they still kind of led in a way to making that change that making the, quote unquote right decisions probably would have, just with different consequence.
Well, and that goes also to the player, Aurelius, who was doing some fuck shit. Not every bad decision is his fault. I mean, can't lay the blame of the 3 dead Minutemen at his feet. Right. The bombing of the dugout inn can definitely lay at his feet. Definitely, I know I'm missing something, but definitely can lay the dead kid and the kid's father at his feet. And the player, instead of just being like, oh, well, who fucking cares? He leaned into the shit. I really fucked up. I did some shit I didn't think I was going to do. Fuck, I am a monster. He leaned into that as opposed to, because I'm sure somebody was like, oh, wow, he's a terrible player. He's a red flag player. He may be a red flag, but he leaned into the fucked up shit that he did and was just like, oh my God, I really fucked up.
Mm-hmm. And I really don't completely blame him for making all the decisions that he did.
No.
Because everybody else at different stages in the campaign made rash decisions of their own that also affected the rest of the party in similar ways.
Very much
like my character started out as chaotic evil. Like, me just by making Axel the way that I made him also imprinted a certain impression on the party, because from the perspective of people living in Night City, what happened? These guys busted this raider out of jail, like killed Minutemen, which are, seen as like the good guys, got thrown back into jail, and then busted out of jail again with a raider who, as far as I know, was affiliated with a group of raiders that is famous for being pyromaniacs.
Pretty much.
So, like, there was probably so many people in Diamond City that probably thought, well, it's only a matter of time before, the junkies with flaming swords and guns that shoot grenades come to our doorstep and just start blowing up the city. Well, because everyone knows that raiders are unpredictable. They're usually strung out on chems. They're vindictive, and they are very eager to inflict harm on people, innocent or not.
And you did kind of lean into that shit too.
Yep.
Which, get into the Minutemen that you guys killed, when the player who controlled Hummy was just like, I'm getting tired of this arguing. Fuck it. Here's a gun. Do something about it.
Yep.
And you leaned into it, and some shit happened.
I mean, Axel killed probably, a couple hundred people at that point in his life. 3 more bodies wouldn't do anything to him, at least at the time.
Well, yeah. But it was one of those where it's just like, if you guys were diplomatic about it, things would have been totally different, completely different. That, I think, was a good pivotal moment, was that, hey, you guys are, sure, they're assholes, but, you guys worked with them, you got a trading route, you have a home base at Diamond City, and everything's good, everything's great, congratulations. But didn't go that way. And that's the rash decision on the part of the player who controlled Hummy, because his character wouldn't have just said, fuck it, kill him.
Mm-hmm. Because
tactically, that makes zero fucking sense. But the player was getting aggravated and wanted some action, and that's just how the dice roll. And honestly, I mean, how is the party going to react when that situation arises again? You guys are trying to be diplomatic about it, and you have somebody want to just do a party stop or a party starter.
Yep. Well, I think just given the context, because a lot of these guys, me and Max haven't played in the world of Solidio before.
No.
Technically speaking, aside from not counting Small Tales, but these other guys, Carnivaro and Aurelius and Mydorth, they have so much more invested in this world because they've been playing the main campaign for, a pretty good long time. So I don't think we really have to worry about that as much. At least that's just my personal opinion, but I haven't seen how they play in the main campaign. I'm purposely going into this not watching the first campaign and just going in completely blind, because my character wouldn't know much about the world, and I wouldn't want to accidentally metagame a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the best way to resist that is to play a character that's in the same position of knowing and not knowing as I am. It's like how I played Runt. He had a very fractured view of the world that was half optimistic, half pessimistic. He was very pessimistic in how his fate was going to turn out, but he was very optimistic about wanting to help other people in the world, regardless of whether he got thanks for it or not. And Axel also got dealt a really shit hand in life, but rather than doing what Runt did and trying to fix up the world, he just wanted to tear it apart until he met the group and things started to happen in his life and things started to change.
Hmm. How different would the party be if Runt was still alive?
Oh, I mean, I don't think that he would have let Hummy hand the gun to anyone. Also, I think without Axel in the group, it probably wouldn't be as much of a push to do that. Because the way I described Axel, even looking at him, you could tell that he was not right in the head.
Axel was the complete opposite of Runt.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to think that if Runt was still alive, that the party's choices may be different. It may have been drastically different in some situations. But it's not the case. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Now,
and it's weird, right? Because if you think about it, Axel and Runt kind of had very similar tragedies. They both lost their family in extremely horrific ways. And look at how differently they turned out.
Very true. Very true. But seeing as we're talking about Axel, I have a few questions.
All right, shoot.
So, Axel's bisexual, right? Or is he just gay?
No, he's bisexual.
Okay. So, what was the deal with you and Marcus? Because
I have some
headcanon, buddy.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me what your headcanon is.
So, the kid betrays you, rats you out. Okay? You're then put into a situation where you were told, hey, either you both die or you get exiled. Okay? Why did you save his life? He ratted you out. Then here's the real kicker. You then see him on a cross, dead, and you just lose it. I mean, you lose it over a kid that betrayed you. I say kid, he was what? He was like 19, 20?
Like, yeah, 19.
Yeah, so you lose it. That, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Completely honest. Some piece of shit betrayed me. I'm not really gonna lose sleep over if they're dead. But you lost some fucking water weight there.
Yeah.
So headcanon is y'all was a thing, but because, you know, homosexuality is looked at as fairly weak. I mean, let's be honest. You know, homosexuality, when you look at a homosexual man, you go, oh, that guy's fucking weak. They could be strong as shit, but you look at him and go, oh, that guy's weak. I think that you call him a friend, just a good friend, to keep up that facade of don't fuck with me.
Okay, so I can tell you why Axel reacted that way. Because for, like, you know, we told the whole story of Axel's backstory, basically. Like, he moved from Akron, which was infested with raiders, people that he could not stand. And then once they finally got settled down, he had just turned 15 years old. You know, he finally thought, hey, maybe life isn't so bad in the wasteland after all. Maybe we were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. We have a farm set up. We have a Brahmin. You know, we're growing crops. And for the first time in my life, that's why he got the flare gun, was a birthday present. Like, that's the first time I've been able to ever actually celebrate my birthday. It's the first time we ever really kind of felt safe, as far as I can remember. Maybe things aren't so bad. And then what happens the very next day? His homestead gets raided and burned to the ground, and his parents get shot right in front of him, and he doesn't even get a chance to bury him. And then the guy that did it puts a collar around his neck and drags him to a steel mill, and doesn't give him any guidance, doesn't even keep him as, like, close by his side or anything. Literally just throws him in the pit to work with the other slag pups. One of the raiders comes along and basically puts a needle in his arm, gets him addicted to Psycho. After he's already suffering that trauma and processing it, and after so many years of being in a drug-fueled haze and being further indoctrinated by this whole mentality of basically kill or be killed, might is right, and buying into it because it was the only way he felt he could survive, he blamed Slag, and it was Slag's fault, obviously, right? Because he's a slaver and a creep and a horrible, detestable, evil human being. But at the end of the day, he did it to himself. You know, technically he did have a choice. He could have died with honor and pride. But, you know, can you really blame him? He was a kid and he was working through stuff and he didn't know how to process everything. And then right when he's at the height of this debauchery, basically just, like, you know, fighting and killing and helping perpetuate the cycle of violence and abuse that he went through, because he was so numbed by his trauma and the drugs that he basically, like, he knew what he was doing, but he just didn't care. And he sees a sliver of what he once was in Marcus. And it all kind of dawns on him. Not all at once, but it piece by piece, it dawns on him. I am continuing this vicious cycle. That is what put me in the situation. And I bought into it for years. And at one point, the man who started it all, who did it to me, I revered him as, like, a leader, as someone that I wanted to earn the respect of. And now I'm making this kid do the same thing. I couldn't help myself, but I can help him. And so that's why he decided to try and help Marcus. And yeah, he didn't look at him as, like, a romantic interest at all. It was very much like a little brother type of relationship. So yeah, when Marcus betrayed him, it did break his heart, but internalizing everything that he went through, he understands why Marcus did what he did, because Axel probably would have done the same thing if the same thing happened to him. If someone tried to break him out of the forge, because the only way out through forge is death, honorable or dishonorable. And then, all of this anger wasn't directed at Marcus, it was directed at Slag. Because to add insult to injury of having Marcus indoctrinated so much that he ratted out the only person that was going to get him away from that life, he broke the code of the forge to further embarrass Axel by basically saying, you aren't worth the bullet that it's going to take to put you in the ground. Cover up your scars and leave. And so all of that hatred was directed at Slag, because, and this is objectively true, without Slag, none of that would have happened to him or to Marcus.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So legitimately, my plan at that point when I went to go confront Slag was, if I won, I was going to say, no more slaves. We don't target women. We don't target children. Once I'm gone, I can't control what you guys do. But as long as I'm the leader of the Forge, this is what's going to happen. And if you don't like it, you're going to meet the same fate as Slag did, because I'm not going to tolerate anyone perpetuating what we all went through.
Hmm.
And what's kind of crazy is the whole reason that I actually came up with the idea of, okay, this kid is like enslaved into the forge, was because after Runt died, like a few days later, I was just scrolling on Twitter and I came across this video about like the transatlantic slave trade, and it was like, he was pointing out like, yeah, it was horrible, but did you know that there are more slaves in the world right now than there were at any point during the transatlantic slave trade? It's like, wow. Like, it's so easy for people to get how much true evil is actually in this world. And in a world like Fallout, that would just be extremely common knowledge. It would be like commonplace. You would see that every day. Statistically, one of these people is likely to at least have some sort of experience with slavery in the Fallout universe. So why couldn't it be someone that was a...
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, and in the Fallout universe, it's definitely amplified. Because there's no laws, there's no regulation. I mean, there's local laws, local regulations, but
it all just boils down to subjective morality.
Exactly. So, still, headcanon though, y'all was boyfriends. Because I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that's just headcanon. Of course, your word is your word because you're the creator of the character. So 100% I'm not trying to be a dick, but no, headcanon, 100%.
No, I did have like a love interest kind of thing, just a very minor thing in his background. I don't know if you ever actually caught it with my journal entries, but there was a girl in the Forge named Molly who basically like, I mean, it wasn't even a love interest. It was basically just like a constant on and off fling thing. Basically, like if he found anything interesting on raids, he'd give it to Molly and she'd give him some acid return. That was basically like, that was the idea starting out. And then from then I was like, well, maybe I can evolve this into something bigger later on if we get to, Axel's character arc of like getting the Forge back on his side.
Yeah. If you would have taken on Slag at the end of the campaign, that fight would have been so much more different. Because originally I had planned on you, because I didn't want it to be fist fight. Because there's no fucking way you're beating him in a fist fight. He's got the armor on. It was supposed to be melee weapons. But because we were at the situation of you guys needed to find out, like, all right, this is, you guys have made your bed, now you guys get to sleep in it. It's going to be a fist fight. You still had a chance. You brought him down a lot more than I thought you would, because you were just being smart about it. And there was a chance there you could have beaten him if I would have done that legendary action.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Bush. If Bush was there, or the player was there for Bush, I decided that, because I mean, granted, I gave him a choice. He chose Behemoth, so that's what Stonefist was Behemoth. So that one would have been a lot more difficult. But you guys were, I mean, out of session, you guys were throwing out plans like, well, what if we did this? What if we did that? This, that, and the other. And it's just like, you guys were thinking, you guys were formulating plans. And granted, it just never came to fruition. Even level 20, Bush would have taken 4 hits, I believe, from that Behemoth to kill him.
Cool. And
that's if they hit, because I would assume he'd have stronger armor. So that's assuming that they would hit. But and I think the Behemoth had a multi-attack that did 4 swings.
So it still could have ended in just 1 round.
Exactly. Slag, if we would have gone with weapons, he would have had just a regular old sledgehammer. And it would have taken a minute for you to get hurt if he had some armor on. No armor, or your current armor, it would have, I wouldn't say it would have ended slow or quicker, but it would have been easier to, knock your character down at the very least. But if you guys went out there at level 20, it would probably be a better playing field. But then again, you guys would have strategies going forward.
And probably have better armor, better weapons,
exactly.
more hit points.
More experience, that kind of shit. But
my eventual plan for Axel's weapons was I was gonna basically snap off half of the katana on the shish kebab, turn it into like a wakizashi. And then I was gonna refashion the flare gun into like a flare gun double barrel.
Jesus.
I had a bunch of ideas because I still wanted to have someone that was able to tinker stuff around, just not as well as Runt. Because I had a lot of plans for Runt too. I had so many plans to make armor and weapons that would have been pretty insane. But Axel being in the forge working around steel, he still would have had some knowledge about how to piece things together. Because the flare gun that he got was originally just a single shot flare gun, but he was able to fashion it into a makeshift revolver.
Yeah.
So, I had a lot of plans for that too. And I was actually going to try and make eventually some sort of armor that had some way of protecting me from fire damage, but also expelled fire.
And all that was possible. They have a asbestos line shit. They have asbestos in game, all that fun shit. But it's just one of those things that what happened. It sucks because I even Aurelius had asked me outright what I had planned for the rest of, if everything went smooth, no bullshit, and I laid it out to him. And he was like, fuck, that's gotta suck to be the DM. It's like, yeah, because you lay out a story, and when shit goes sideways, and you don't get to that point, because of a TPK, it does suck, because that's a lot of time and effort that was put into it. That's why we did the session 0, because it's just like, I think that was my first TPK. Yeah, that was my first TPK. So I got a taste for it now. I mean, I'm just ready. It's like a lust. I got a taste for it. Now I got to fucking feed into it. Now you guys are fucked. I was like, oh, I'm not really trying to go for a TPK. Nope, we're TPKing today. Well, I'm gonna bust that cherry, and bust it, did I? Off screen, and I hated the off screen one. I'm gonna be honest, and there's gonna be some people that are listening to this. They're just like, why did you kill him off screen? Because he was gonna die regardless. I just didn't want it to be his character and kill him off screen or kill him on screen, because that's just shit. That's just shit.
Yeah, well, you would have just been talking to yourself at that point.
Pretty much.
And honestly, I think it's more respectful, because how pathetic would it realistically have been? Like two slams, which is like nothing for a behemoth, and then he's just like a pile of gore.
Well, then you also run into the whole, we know he's dead. Like 100%. I killed his character. But with the fact that it happened off screen, the viewer may not think he's dead. And it's quite possible that he may not be dead. But for the end of the campaign, yes, I did kill his character. But fan theories.
Just like, it's a fun kind of thought experiment. Like, what if, like, imagine, like, Ravi and Graft have completely given up hope. Sure, Kieran's like away and they don't know if he's alive or dead. But then just as they're about to give up hope, one side of the horizon, you hear the stomping of super mutants. And then on the other side of the horizon, you see the gentle glow of like weapons on fire as like 40 or 50 Forge members come walk into the Red Rocket. Like, at that point, we kind of would have been unstoppable, even with all the setbacks we had.
Very much so. That would have been wild. But you guys would have found out that Bocephus was not at the CIT.
Yeah.
That there was a nuclear device. And then you guys would have a choice. Because that's when Matthew would say, shit, there's a fucking nuke here. And these other settlements were named. Then you guys would have to go back to the Minutemen settlement and disarm the nuke there. And then you have a choice. You're either going to want to go to Diamond City or Good Neighbor to disarm those nukes. Now, as far as Axel's concerned, if he goes to the wrong settlement first, where Bocephus is not, he's dead. The fruit would have taken over him. And he'd be nothing more than just a rage zombie. If you'd have chosen the right one, you would have found out the cure. And most likely would have found out where the Prophet of Adam was. Depending on if you guys do decide not to just outright kill him. Because that's another thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you told me how to save myself? Cool, die. Pow.
Honestly, that's probably what Axel would have done. He basically would have held everyone else in the party off and said, "No, I got it. I got to find out how to get rid of this fruit shit first." And he probably would have said some honeyed words, some shit about, "Listen, if you cure me, if you give me the cure, I'll let you live." And then as he was walking away, I probably would have just shot him in the head.
Yeah.
Or like sunk my teeth into his jugular.
Yeah. And then you guys wouldn't know where the Prophet of Adam was, but you would have disarmed the nukes.
So the immediate threat would have passed.
True. But then it's where's the Prophet of Adam? Now you would have found out that he was actually in a church in the glowing sea. Where two rivers meet to become one, a union of rivers, like a marriage. And where do you get married? Either in the the courtroom for the justice of the peace, or a church. And there you would have fought the Prophet of Adam, and depending on how that would go, either you guys would do some serious fucking damage outright, where it's like, oh shit. But you'd see him surrounded, when you get into the church, you'd see him surrounded by just a bunch of dead synths. And he'd tell you, oh, I thought they would have sent you first as cannon fodder, but no, they send you last. And that's when it'd be revealed that you're not working for the fucking institute. You guys were just getting shit on by this fucking dude for no fucking reason. Then you'd find out that there actually was a reason, because every hero needs an obstacle. And you will be nothing more than just a sentence written in a chapter of a book only he has read. And it would piss you guys off. You guys would attack, and assuming you guys didn't outright fuck him up, he would get down to about half health, right around there, and then he'd get serious, where you see the skin that he has melts off, revealing that he's in power armor, and these huge amethyst crystals that are irradiated are what's powering this power armor and giving him his abilities. That's when you'll realize, oh shit, maybe he is a radiation wizard. Fuck, as a tentacle spews from his hand, grabs one of you, pulls you into his hand, and he crushes your fucking head. Oh shit, shit gets real. Now, if there is 2 players left on the field that are still alive, Ravi included, that's when the question of, did you ever figure out who the rat was? And that's when Ravi would kill you. Now, if it ever came down to you guys just outright killed the fucking Prophet of Adam, well, who's the fucking rat? And that's when you find out there's been a long correspondence between Ravi, which is letters signed RS for Ravi Singh, and the Prophet of Adam. And that's when you guys would bump off the rat. Now, getting to Ravi, how'd y'all like that?
Man, last person, I was totally bullshitting when I was like, I fucking knew it. But I kind of figured, like, in my mind, Grap could have never been the rat. Just
no.
With how
because he's your brother.
Well,
let's
just
be honest.
Yeah, but like above board, it also would have been like, it wouldn't have made sense above board being so cozy with Hancock, like, to me, with how long he's been in Good Neighbor, and just like he said, like, he's basically never left Good Neighbor since he got there. Well, there realistically would have been no way for him to be in contact with the Prophet.
You guys would have actually found out in Good Neighbor, because that's where Bocephus was in Good Neighbor. And each settlement had an infiltration of children of Adam. How long they've been there, no one would actually know. But Hancock or his fucking lady friend would mention, like, they've noticed that people are talking a lot about the children of Adam lately. Like, almost as if they're recruiting. See, but we didn't get that far.
Oh, that's another thing, too. What would have happened between Axel and Hancock when they went back to Good Neighbor?
So assuming that you walk through the door,
yeah,
it'd probably be an argument, and depending on how that argument went, it would devolve into one of them being shot, either you or him. Because yeah, like I said, depending on how that argument went. So, yeah. But I tell you what, Ravi played his fucking part perfectly.
And just all the what ifs.
Yeah, all the what ifs that what could have happened. But once we get to the main campaign, though, I'm sure you guys will have a lot more fun going forward, especially knowing that nothing's off the table. You know, you don't have to just kill everything that you come in contact with.
Yeah.
And that if you do start killing everything that you come in contact with, you're probably going to end up dying shortly after. Because no murder hobos.
Yeah, it's kind of reassuring. I'm not going to say too much about Max's character, but I think that Max is going to be a big peacemaker in this campaign.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how everybody kind of does their thing. What'll be real interesting is when Maedorth finally gets his body after 3 years. Because, you know, the kid's been without a body for like 3 fucking years, just sitting and waiting.
In Carnivar's arm, right?
No, Balthazar's arm, not his jack-off arm either.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That was explicitly stated. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think we're going to see, once we get back to it, I think we're going to see a very toned down Balthazar. You know, given the events that happened in Fallout, I think we're going to see Balthazar pulling the reins back quite a bit. As opposed to, hey, I'm chaotic, I can just do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of learned a lot about, you know, playing their role, I guess is the best word for it.
Yeah, playing your character, and, you know, you're trying to basically, you know, do good deeds, get paid, and tell a story. And, you know, I'm a chaotic player, so I really don't give, or a chaotic character, so I really don't give a shit what I do. It's like, you're gonna start.
That's not, from my understanding, that's really not what chaotic means in Scheme. Chaotic essentially just means the way that you operate is unorthodox and very different from what most people in the universe would consider the norm.
Well, yeah, but my thing is that was the mentality of,
right.
Like,
I could just the character.
Yeah, I could just kind of do whatever for my own personal reasons. And it's just like, sure, you can.
Well, and in his defense, like coming into this, the first part of the main campaign, that was his first time playing D&D, right?
Yes. And yeah, I had zero issues with it because, you know, I was still learning. But I also wanted player agency so that you guys could kind of just do whatever. If you guys want to just randomly kill people, go for it. Randomly kill people. Except now there's going to be like a, hey, you've randomly killed these people and word got out. Well, I killed everybody. There's no witnesses. And yet word got out. Weird. It's almost as if you shouldn't have done that. But I don't see that happening. I see, what I see is I see the player pulling the reins back on Balthazar and the chaoticness of his character being reined in more like, you know, instead of, hey, let me just randomly and indiscriminately kill people because, oh, you offended me. It's, hey, maybe we should just bullshit these people so we can get out of this situation. Look at me, I'm butt naked. Oh no, I'm trouncing through town. Oh, be mindful, don't step on my balls. As
yeah, they
he
might
distracts
not take a liking to you,
as he distracts
no to kill you.
Exactly, as he distracts the guards so that you guys can slip away. He gets thrown in jail. You guys come back in the, you know, at night and break him out. You know, that kind of shit. As opposed to, oh, look at me. I'm over here. Pay attention to me as I'm going to shoot you. Like, okay.
Let's hope he listens to this episode and takes some notes.
Probably not. Get that man to pay attention is fucking impossible sometimes. But, yeah, I think going forward into the main campaign, once we get to it, I think it'll be fun. I think you guys have learned considerable amount going forward. Like, all right, you know, we can do what we want, but that doesn't mean we're free of consequence. And when I say you guys, I mean everybody in the party. Not just
yeah, we all fucked up multiple times in the Fallout campaign.
And I tell you, I have zero issue with it because, you know, it tested me as a DM, but I also got to pop my TPK cherry.
Yep.
And like I said, I got a fucking taste for it.
And now you basically, I mean, all that's left really is to like finish the main campaign in its entirety, and then you overrun the gauntlet of being a DM.
Pretty much.
Hit for the cycle.
Yes. Blood for the blood god and skulls for the skull throne. There's your Warhammer 40K. Yeah, come for the cum gun.
What did I call him? The Jizzard?
No, he's just the what is it? Oh fuck, what's he call himself? I think he's just the sorcerer of cock magic. Yeah. So the
Allomancy.
Yeah, right. Semenancy. Fucking the sorcerer of phallus. Or phallic, whatever the fuck the word is. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I think he might be ready to be stepping back into that character. Pretty sure Maedorth is getting excited, hopefully, for getting back to it so he can get himself a body, because, you know, no one else knows what I have planned for him. I mean, he does. He has an idea, but if he does certain things, it's going to be fucking epic, but that's up to him to choose. He gets to choose his own path. But once he gets, he's also a paladin too. I forgot to mention. He's a paladin.
And how you'd expect a paladin to look.
Well, he has been stuck in the arm of a jizz wizard for the last, in game, I think it's been about a year. A little over a year. So it'll be interesting to see, because he's been kind of sitting idly by, not able to do anything, while this jizz wizard has done some pretty awful shit. Yeah.
Some stuff that, like, his character's morals wouldn't align with.
Exactly. So seeing that fucking interaction once he gets a body, that will be fucking interesting, because the body that we have set up, I believe we left it off in the second campaign, he has a Warforged body. And it's a Warforged body that is built to, you know, to size of a Goliath. So he is going to be a very intimidating presence, to say the fucking least. And now you got to stare that motherfucker down, who you had in your arm, unable to do anything, while you killed some people. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
I didn't think this through.
Well, and we'll see what happens, because that interaction will be interesting. Maybe there is no interaction there. Who knows? But it'll be interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, I feel like we got a pretty diverse party.
Yeah, I would say we have a Dragonborn thief. We have a Goliath paladin, who's not going to be a Goliath, but he's going to be the size of one. We have a human sorcerer. We have a Thri-Kreen, and we have two Goliath barbarians.
Two rogues, two barbarians.
Yeah. Two rogues, two barbarians, one sorcerer, and one paladin. And not a healing spell amongst you.
Oh, man. Potions are going to be very, very important in this season.
Oh, yeah. Potion. And what's even cooler is you could start making your own potions. If you have the stuff.
I know at least one person in the party definitely has an affinity for finding shiny and unique things. So I don't think finding stuff for potions is going to be too much of a problem.
Nope, me neither. So it'll be interesting. But
I'm trying not to say too much because I would rather I don't want to reveal too much about my character too early. But once I'm able to, I'm very both in game and above game on future podcasts and stuff. I'm so excited to do it.
Well, and getting to our future podcasts, we have at least one more episode of this season left. And the next episode, whenever that one comes out or gets recorded, we are going to have Ravi and Bush, or the players that played Ravi and Bush, on, talk about their characters and all that fun jazz. So it'll be the last episode of the season. We're going to change a few things up as far as what you're seeing viewing wise. So yeah, we might even, we're going from Fallout to DnD. So you're going to see a lot of changes that go from what it currently is to what it's going to be. We might even actually have an actual intro as opposed to just a song. Which, I'm not even going to lie, that's a badass song. The lyrics need to stay the same. It's just different singing. Maybe more medievally. Mm-hmm. Master BATR Cast. But
toy.
Right? But that's it for us now. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If not, just let us know that you hate us, and we'll hope that we hang ourselves off the nearest banister that'll support our fat asses.
And with that, I'll give my song recommendation, and then we'll get out of here. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. So my recommendation this episode is Faded Headlights by Just Trey. He's a up and coming artist in the Southern rap genre. That Southern rap and country rap is really one of my big jams that I've been into for years, and his lyricism is awesome. Definitely check out all of his stuff, but Faded Headlights is just for me, it's kind of easy listening. It's a pretty good jam to just play while you're driving on a back road somewhere, which is what I do a lot of. So definitely check that out. Faded Headlights by Just Trey.
Driving on a back road, getting some fucking road dome, making sure to hit every goddamn pothole. Because if you're getting roadhead and you're not hitting every fucking pothole that you see, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you want it's a test. You want to make sure if she really loves you.
Yeah, because basically you need to just drive that whatever the fuck you're driving, hit that pothole, and if she don't go, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. If you can, if it's too many to count on one hand how many times she comes up for air, she doesn't love you.
Pretty much. She's choosing air over your dick. Fucking sickening. No love there. Just you know what? Open the door, unbuckle her seatbelt, and just kick. Going 60. You gotta go 60. You gotta lessons to be learned there, people. Lessons to be learned. Oh, also, before I forget, we are gonna have a, what do you want to call it? Like a short little series at the end of each session with you and Aurelius called Scroll Skirmish, which is basically going to be just because I get it. We have some long ass sessions. These are going to be quick catch ups, except you can't trust a damn thing that comes out of it. You'll get some information, but you won't know
the meat and potatoes.
You don't know if it's true or not. I mean, these two will be conspiracy theorists.
Yep.
So yeah,
we heavily debated whether it was going to be like Tome Crusade or Scroll Skirmish. Ultimately, we decided with Scroll Skirmish because the alliteration rolls off the tongue a little easier.
Scroll Skirmish, 100%. And yeah, And if you get the reference, because we're not going to tell you the reference, but if you get it, congratulations. You're a cool cat. But until then, see you next time.
See ya.
Master BATR Cast. Bass on the left and slacker on the right. Two idiots who masturbate all night, talking about nothing at all, just throwing shit at the wall. This tavern's got no atmosphere. Ever since we stepped in here, pull up a chair and pick up a drink, 'cause we got topics that'll make you not think.